All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome for, I think, the third time now to game number 3 here. This is the real Game 3. We did have a remake. You'll notice that it's all pick, although we did have 2 remakes now, I guess. Some heroes were chosen. We already went through the banning phase. Unfortunately, it got clipped out of the VOD. My apologies. But here we are, game number 3, week 7 of the Prize or Price Impunity versus ORGE Esports. I'm Zyori. With me is Abstract, and we're getting into the game. Abstract, my friend, I have absolutely no idea who is going to take game number 3. Both teams playing absolutely fantastic so far in this series. I think we're going to have a close ace match on our hands.
Yes, definitely. You just take a look at their roster over here. We have Emerald Warden, Thunderbringer for Pharaoh, Behemoth, as well as Aluna for the Legion team, and we also have Bubbles, Magmus, Moon Queen, Draconis, and for Second Archer for the Hellborn team. So just by taking a look at their roster, what do you think of both of the teams over here?
Well, my first observation is that it's very different from the last 2 games because, as we noted a couple times, Impunity in games 1 and 2 ran virtually the same roster, but with stunningly different results. Game 1, kind of a dismal failure. Game 2, a beautiful success. And here we see a completely different take from both teams and a lot of new faces as well. Emerald Warden, Thunderbringer, and Bubbles, Draconis as well, all heroes we're yet to see. Personally, I'm a big fan of Draconis. This is a hero that I think if XXF can get a couple of early kills and pick up some of that momentum, Draconis is just one of those heroes that will take off. And one of the reasons, despite being able to do a lot of right-click auto-attack DPS, the escape mechanism from Blazing Flight kind of makes him that versatile hero that I think really shines in Mid-Wars, though on the contra, Emerald Warden is so annoying in the Mid-Wars arena.
Yeah. Whoa! Wow!
Wow.
I did not see that coming at all. I did not see that coming at all. Hunter's Command, oh my god, just solely on Hunter's Command, Chain Lightning, and Power Toss, you can just take a look at this. Hellborn team's HP, they're just dropping at such a fast rate. You know, it's just unbelievable. You know, it's definitely unbelievable.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible here, and one of the problems that I'm observing already with ORGE Esports is they really don't have a tanky hero. I mean, their only melee is going to be Magmus here, and he's really not so tanky, whereas Behemoth as well as Pharaoh are both here on the Legion side, the Impunity roster. It makes me a little bit nervous. A lot of long-range harass here between Aluna and Pharaoh, that global presence that has a kind of a bigger role in the competitive game still very prevalent here, and I think we'll see both of those abilities play, or both abilities being Power Throw and Tormented Soul play kind of a big role in this match. What do you make of the Bubbles pick? I mean, he's one that we didn't see earlier in this series, and now seeing him picked up here. What do you think? Big fan?
Yep. Yep, no, not at all. I don't like the pick of Bubbles in Mid-Wars at all. Although the Bubbles will be able to use take cover to just basically hide himself and protect himself from further incoming damage. And with, well, basically he has the survivability to just survive in Mid-Wars pretty well, but I wouldn't put a lot of vote onto Bubbles dealing a lot of damage in Mid-Wars because it just escalates a bit too fast for Bubbles to even catch up. So with all his abilities, Shell Surf and Song of the Sea, they work pretty well in mid-game. Yeah, they work pretty well in mid-game. However, once everyone got their ultimate up and Bubbles get his Kelp Fill won't really put up a lot of damage. However, it will definitely be able to lock on the enemy very well. So we'll take a look how Bubbles will actually play this game. You know, Bubbles might be using his Kelp Fill to make sure that the enemies doesn't escape. But in this term of situation right here, I wouldn't say that it would be a nice thing since the Legion team is taking the upper hand in this game as it is for now.
Right. And oh, Draconis could be in a little bit of trouble. I thought that maybe our first blood, but not quite enough. That wolf coming out just a little too late. Are they going to be able to turn it around, actually? Thunderbringer going to be in a little bit of trouble. Noah Curse to save him this time. And oh, now Magmus the one to be turned around on. He's going to hit the Steam Bath. That's going to be the end of him. The Power Throw going to be enough to finish him off. Avi actually going to grab that bonus 200 Bloodlust Gold. Action continuing here, and it looks like it is going to dissipate with the Hellborn team notably lower. Now, one of the other things that I've noticed, and to touch on Bubbles, I do agree with you. I think he's not a terrible pick. He's not like a throwaway pick, but at the same time, he's not one of the best heroes that's really calibrated to Mid-Wars here. We're going to see him get taken off, picked off, pardon me, a return kill onto Pharaoh, but 2-1 in favor of Impunity. The point I wanted to make, though, the big problem I think is going to be this Draconis and Forsaken Archer. They're both going to require an exuberant amount of farm to really take off in this game, and I don't know that there's going to be enough farm to go around for both of them to really shine unless this game goes on for 30 or 40 minutes or something ridiculous like that. And it just makes me a little bit nervous. I mean, Draconis really doesn't bring much utility to the table other than right-click, auto-attack DPS. At least Forsaken Archer has that powerful ultimate, has the crippling volley. Draconis, he needs that farm, man. And with a Forsaken Archer on the field, I don't know he's going to be able to find.
Yeah, definitely. Well, with Draconis in the team, we'll be able to use Dragon Flame. However, Dragon Flame is actually quite a good utility skill to actually disengage any ganks over there. So with the help of Draconis, Dragon Flame, you can actually make sure that the Hellborn team will be in kind of in a good situation thanks to Dragon Flame, just pushing the enemies behind, slowing them considerably. So with the help of Draconis, they will be actually be on safe hands, you know.
Yep, I absolutely agree, but he's going to get taken out. Wow, and look at the range power here between the Fissure, the Tormented Soul, and the power shot, or power throw, pardon me. It is pretty ridiculous, the amount of damage they can put out as well. Thunderbringer, I mean, you can see the synergy that Impunity has here. They have ranged spells coming out the arse, so to speak. Magic Armor going to be essential here for Orange Esports. Draconis already investing in Mystic Vestments. Looks like actually his first item choice beyond the initial starting items going to actually be in Mystic Vestments.
Definitely the Legion team, they just deal way too much magic damage, I would say. If you take a look, all 5 heroes actually have the advantage of just dealing a massive amount of damage even at long range. So take a look over here, Magnus just goes in with a Lava Surge. However, he's just gonna back away, possibly just going to use that as a harassment tool, so will not serve much of a purpose. But just taking a look at that, the Legion team definitely might suffer some of mana issues, and whoa! So AV actually got a kill.
Yeah, AV actually got a kill. Yeah, some interesting things going on. Draconis going to get taken out in the mid lane. Bubbles may find himself in a little bit of trouble. Actually, Magnus going to come in. Lava Surge can be enough to secure the kill onto Trinity. And they're actually going to be able to clean it up. But yeah, Forsaken Archer has actually been moving up and taking out these neutrals kind of at every spawn or every opportunity he gets to sort of share that farm, fix some of that problem that I brought up with Draconis and Forsaken Archer not having enough farm to go around. Magnus going to get taken out, and he's going to fall pretty easily here. Unfortunately, though, last time Forsaken Archer was up there, Aluna just came in with a nice, easy power shot, and as you so elegantly put it, AV actually picked up a kill, and he's actually managed to get 3 this time, 3-0-2. Wow, 8-3 now in favor of Impunity. Wow, the magic damage they can put out, man, it looks like they may be able to take control of this game before these 2 carries on Orange Esports really even get a chance to shine.
Yeah, well, taking a look at the Legion team, they are definitely doing their very, very best to actually make sure that the Hellborn team don't get any farm at all. Just taking a look, Bubbles actually went down from Fissure coming from Behemoth, so that's kind of a misplay coming from Bubbles, just giving Behemoth that kill. However, right back into the topic, if you take a look at the neutral camps, AV actually planted a ward of sight right over there to make sure that it does not respawn again. So that will definitely not, Forsaken Archer definitely will not be able to farm there anymore. And yep, there you go. That will be a nice initiation coming from the Impunity. Wow, this is just tremendous. Getting 3 kills over here onto the Hellborn team. Wow. Take a look. Draconis actually is going to fall down really fast. Yes, the Fissure will be able to kill Draconis over here. So pretty much I will say this is very, very one-sided. It's only 7 minutes in, 13-4 with 7,000 gold deficit. And unfortunately, Magnus will go down. And ultimate comes from Moon Queen and will be able to get a kill onto this Emerald Warden. But amazingly, he actually got a hat-trick over there using his Moon Finale. So well played coming from Moon Queen over there to get that hat-trick over there. So however, the Hellborn team is actually trying to get himself back on track. However, a bit overextend for Magnus. Magnus will go down with that. Yes, definitely. That was a bad Lava Surge, although it was for good purpose, but a bit too far.
Exactly. It was a noble effort, but unfortunately not executed with the elegance of grace required to pull that off, just getting caught in the mummy walls. And right there, you know, in game number 1, I was a little skeptical about Pharaoh. To my admitted noobness with mid-wars, right there, Pharaoh showing kind of what he's all about, and one of the many reasons why he is so powerful in the mid-wars arena. Things definitely looking a little bit rough for Orange Esports. 18-7 now, only 8 minutes in. We had a slow start, but wow, have we had an intense last couple of minutes. Portal key already picked up by Trinity on that behemoth. That is, I think, the scariest facet of this game right now. I don't think he got the shockwave off earlier on, but wow, that is the scary part. He's actually going to blink forward here. Not going to get silenced. Bubbles not going to connect with the Song of the Sea. Bubbles going to get dropped like butter to a warm knife. Same going to happen to Behemoth here, so there's going to be a 1-for-1, and everyone's going to kind of head back to the well, and that'll be the end of the action. 19-8 now. Really quite a sizable lead for Impunity here in Game 3 of Week 7 of Prize Price.
Yep, this is amazing. Actually, this is really amazing. I was expecting the game to be slightly a little bit balanced, but taking a look at how it's kind of one-sided at 9 minutes mark. Well, I wouldn't say that it's all over for the Orange Esports at all. They still stand a lot of opportunity. Just taking a look at their roster, they do have Draconis, Moon Queen, as well as Forsaken Archer. Once they will be able to get a decent amount of farm, I would say that they have a decent percentage to actually bring back this game, you know, since the Legion team does not have much of a carry hero except for Emerald Warden, you know.
And Behemoth actually gonna whiff the ultimate there, blink forward, and oh no, he does get the kill, pardon me, he did finish off Shuyu, but yeah, gonna use the shockwave for Singleton. Yeah, you're exactly right though. The point is,
yeah, but I don't.
Sort of expect Impunity to be ahead at least a little bit early on because of their sort of early to mid-game focused team, whereas Orange obviously going for a little bit more of a late-game focused team with all these carries. The question, though, is will they be able to survive long enough? And one of the good things from the Orange Esports perspective is Impunity doesn't have a lot of pushing power. We're going to see the kill field come out in the mid, no follow-up to come, but down in the bottom actually did miss a kill as Pharaoh did finish off. It looks like Magnus was taken out, so action continuing now, 23-8. And oh, looks like Impunity going to be able to clean stuff up a little bit. Trinity going to be able to pick up a double kill. Bubbles going to be in a little bit of trouble. The piercing arrows comes, but unfortunately doesn't connect with a hell of a lot. Pharaoh just going to go straight up. They're going to be able to secure 4 kills in exchange for none. Pharaoh somehow still alive, about 50 hit points to spare. It looks like they may have overextended a little bit as Magnus goes in. No, Thunderbringer going to be able to survive. Bubbles now trying to finish off Pharaoh. Is it going to be enough? 1 more auto attack. 2 more auto attacks thanks to the power supply. Beautifully placed mummy walls. That's going to be enough to secure the kill onto Bubbles. Beautifully done by Act right there. Couldn't have handled himself any better in that situation. Unfortunately, Jin did get taken out. Draconis now on the aggressive. He's going to try and finish off Aluna. Still some action happening in the mid lane. And Aluna, yep, she's going to bite the bullet. All the while, though, a hat trick coming out in favor of the scary Emerald Warden. I don't know here, Abstract. Things continuing to look more and more grim. Quad kill now coming out for Ron. This Emerald Warden all of a sudden just went from annoying Emerald Warden to scary carry at kind of the drop of the hat.
Wow. Emerald Warden just placing so much of a presence in this game. So Wrath of Mummies coming out, coming from Pharaoh, and followed by Wall of Mummies, and will be able to get a kill onto Forsaken Archer. Just being picked off so fast, so easily. The Hellbourne team basically have no. Well, it's really hard for the Hellbourne team to actually get this game, you know. However, Forsaken Archer did get an Alchemist Bones, so it might actually help him to get some of farm in this game. However, well, what can I say? Alchemist Bones is not really nice to see in mid wars, but I would say that it's really not really. He really don't have a chance. He don't really have a choice. So he have to pick up on the Alchemist Bones to get a kill. So Pharaoh actually does have his some of the masters over here. So really fast pick up over here. And Moon Queen will be able to get that kill onto Pharaoh really nicely. And possibly getting a deny. Yes, he will be able to get a deny on from Zorgath over here. So Fisher coming from Behemoth, followed by Gawain. Strike will be able to get a kill onto Bubbles, scoring himself a savage 6 streak, along with a double tap streak.
Absolutely. I mean, the difference in kills here is really starting to rack up. 34-11 and that trick coming out. So you see Wang Wang get virtually obliterated. At this point, it is just a massacre. Orange Esports is covering the field with blood right now, I think is a fair way to put it. Right now, I'm just shocked at the lack of magic armor. Right now, Draconis, the only one with Mystic Vestments on the Hellbourne side, and I have to label that a misplay from Orange Esports just across the boards. They need that magic armor to even have a chance at surviving against all of these early and mid-game heroes. I mean, even Emerald Warden, although he is an agility carry, he still puts out a hell of a lot of magic damage. All the while, just the onslaught continues. They do manage to pick up a few kills here and there, but it seems every exchange, Impunity is coming out further and further ahead.
Yeah, Yeah. Well, like I said before, Bubbles help Phil basically. Well, it doesn't really stand much of a skill presence since the Legion team wouldn't really care much. So because it does not really deal a lot of damage to them at all because of this level and their HP it just won't deal that much damage to themselves. So they're willing to take that risk to get out of the kelp field and continue to pursue. And above just now, apparently the Legion's courier just got killed by the Hellborn, so that's kind of unfortunate for the Legion team, but I'm pretty sure that they will be able to get buy another courier really fast. Like, take a look, they already got another courier.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I think they have plenty of money to go around. An interesting choice from Pharaoh, still sitting on red boots, but did opt for a Staff of the Master first, which isn't too surprising, just not something we see too often, I suppose. He's now picked up his barbed armor, so he is in, well, I would label it damn good shape. Uh-oh, Thunderbringer going to be in a little bit of trouble.
And over here, yep.
Ooh, down he goes.
Yep, Thunderbringer is going to be thrown and followed by a nice ornament coming. Yeah. Wow, that was a nice wall of mummies coming from Pharaoh. You know, getting two heroes just crept in there and followed by Luna's power throw, followed by this behemoth skill. Definitely just obliterated them really fast. And take a look, Magmus follows in with a lava surge. Will be able to escape. Unfortunately, really nice to see able to get an escape over there. However, well, Emerald Ward and everyone else, they're just having so much damage output onto the Hellborn team. It's just undescribable on how the Legion team is actually making this game so one-sided. It's 15 minutes. It's already 15 minutes. The Hellborn team has already voted for a concede. 50-14 total one-sided gameplay.
Exactly. We'll see if this actually passes. I imagine ORGE Esports will indeed pass the concede, as it is continuing to be a massacre here. The vote is going to fail, but I imagine they'll pull up another. We have a disconnect, and it seems that would be indicative of this game being over. And wow, just so one-sided. Really no other way to put it. 54-16. That may be the most early kills in a mid-wars I have ever seen. Like that. I mean, that was just a non-stop action-packed match.
Indeed. Well, I suppose that concludes Game 3? Yep.
Yeah, indeed it does. So that will be Impunity actually coming out ahead in a best-of-3 against ORGE Esports. A well-fought series. The most interesting mid-wars I've ever casted, hands down. I think all three of those games were top-notch. If you tuned in late and missed any of them, I would advise you to go check them out. They were really, really quite good. Of course, Zyori. Joining me was Abstract. This is week 7 of Prize or Price. I believe there's at least one more week of Prize or Price coming up. But I think that about wraps it up for this morning. Abstract, any closing thoughts? Mishka, anything that we need to say, announce, or note before we head out for the evening?
Well, Mishka is actually right beside me, so she didn't really manage to hear that. However, yep, I would like to say really well played from both Impunity and ORGE Esports on this Prize of Prize week 7, I think. Is it week 7? Yes, it's week 7. So overall, well played, really nice effort onto this all 3 games over here. So I hope for all the best for Impunity and ORGE Esports for the upcoming Garena Carnival this coming October.
Absolutely right. Well, until the next cast, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Stay tuned to all things Garena, Garena Han, SEA, and of course at ZyoriTV as well. We'll be back in about 12 hours with one of the Malaysian Han International Championship. Well, it's not international. The Malaysian Han Championship in about 12 hours. So thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week.